We're live, baby!
Oh yeah, shit, the music.
Imagine like this is like,
It's quite
you can skate.
That's enough dancing.
Good morning
Okay.
and welcome to those tuning in from wherever in the world that you are tuning in from. I already see Keela. Hello, gorgeous from America. We have Nadia. We have Maddie. We have a few of you tuning in.
We have to squint to see who's on.
I've
because
actually got it up here.
my tablet thing broke. My holder. So,
I need to catch my breath. Would you like to talk to them for a minute?
good morning, or good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the Good News Channel. My name's Morgan.
I'm Anna, and I think I have my breath back.
This is Anna. She forgot how to talk.
No, I'm so puffed. You gave me way more time with the music dancing this morning. But good morning. We are the Good News Channel, where we bring you live good news from around the world. And this morning is exceedingly exciting. I just had Zeus moving around.
Oh, here's some good news. You may have seen Zeus was sick last week, but he seems to have made a full recovery.
I didn't really put it up on here, but yeah. In breaking best news, Zeus is well again, which is huge. So, as we always do, we're here to hopefully inspire, spread some humour, give you some positivity when mainstream media or lamestream media is here to
Take a big shit on your day.
spread fear. We are not. But we always kick off our Good News Channel by bringing you the number of those recovered by the coronavirus. And as of this morning, that number is at 744,481.
You have forgotten how to talk.
Yeah! We're very happy for all those recovered. Phenomenal.
Okay, so starting off some actual news.
Hang on, Hamish, if you're watching this, hi buddy.
Hamish.
We've got some kids tuning in.
Okay, cool. Hey, Hamish.
Hey Hamish.
Make sure you're behaving for your mum and dad.
Yes.
This kid's Hamish.
Continue.
Okay, staying right here in Australia. More COVID-19 news. According to
This is huge.
a government modelling a report released by them, this is reported in The Age, is that Australia is on track to eliminate the virus from Australia. Most of that, and that's largely attributed to social distancing
And the fact that we're an island.
yeah, pretty much. So they didn't say exactly when some of the restrictions might be lifted, but the report suggests that it could be months away rather than weeks, which I think a lot of us kind of...
Phenomenal.
So it's still good news though.
Phenomenal. Okay, taking you now back to Britain on the developing story of Captain Tom Moore. Now, you may remember me last Friday getting slightly emotional. I really thought it would be an animal story that made me cry first. However, we brought you the story of Mr. Moore really before the media had. We found it, or Morgs found it on Reddit. And at the time of the first report, he had raised at that time £500,000. He then went on to complete his 100 laps. This is a 99-year-old war veteran, if you might remember.
World War II.
Who ended up raising £28 million. There's still the petition to get him knighthood. However, the good news rolls on for the World War II veteran, who's just been awarded the Pride of Britain Award. And you should have seen his little sweet acceptance. He got surprised on live national television, and he was just exceedingly humble and couldn't believe he won. I was like, mate, you're a worldwide legend. But I love this. So his words to everyone. So this is a 99-year-old World War II veteran. He said, "At the end of the day, we shall all be okay. The sun will shine on you again and the clouds will go away."
Wow, beautiful. I feel like he's deserving of a more masculine award than the Pride of Britain. It sounds like something that Women's Weekly would give you. Yeah, no, it's not.
No, it's like...
no, not like that. Like, it sounds like, it's like Women's Day, like give you the award.
No, apparently it's like a big deal.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Sure it is.
I still want him to get knighthood.
Yeah, I think he should get it.
Yeah.
Okay, taking you down to a country you've never been to, we're heading across to Afghanistan, where there's a female-only robotics team that has designed an inexpensive ventilator out of car parts.
Corolla
and
car park.
Really?
So, yeah.
You left that out. But
Yeah.
so the girls created a prototype after the governor of the Afghan province sent out a public plea for ventilators because cases in Afghanistan are actually exploding. Only 12 ventilators in the entire country. Really makes you grateful for living
First
here.
world,
So
yes.
obviously, with all that going on, the girls' only robotics team. You got to remember, right? This is Afghanistan for a long time under the Taliban. Women weren't even allowed to be educated.
Well, there's still, I think I read the
So-
numbers, it's like, there's millions and millions and millions of women, of females, young girls that can't even be educated.
There you
So
go.
this is like,
So these girls are in a robotics team. They've developed a ventilator prototype that costs less than $300 to make from parts that can be sourced easily in the country. The Taliban, upon hearing about this news, are said to be so angry that they could explode.
it's not
That's
funny.
that's a terrorism joke.
Wow.
Okay, moving on.
This is why Morgan's not on live television. Real television. Okay, now for some environmentally good. I feel like you were your father in that joke. Like, that was just Aaron
That's a terrorism joke.
seething
Okay.
through. All right, now for some environmental good news. Not linked to COVID. So this is not linked to COVID, but still a huge win for the environment regardless. But after 50 years of pollution control, clean up and restoration efforts, researchers have catalogued well over 1,000 bottlenose dolphins living, mating, and even giving birth in the Potomac River in Washington, D.C. I want to go to Washington, D.C. Like, I'd love to go to Washington, D.C.
Look, I've heard it's a bit of a shithole. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, the river was disgusting, but now it's not. So now we have a better reason to go.
Okay.
But it's a site that hadn't actually been seen since 1880 due to the river becoming overrun.
You know we got dolphins right out here.
We do have dolphins. With algae, trash, human waste, and pollutants. So, and the bottlenose dolphin giving birth that was seen, it's only the third one in the wild ever to be seen, like with human eyes giving birth. So it's huge. It's amazing.
I can picture Trump coming out and say something.
Oh, no, just no.
People, they call me all the time. They tell me you've got the best dolphins, tremendous dolphins,
Okay.
the best.
Okay. Read the news. I was like, oh god.
No. Okay. Now, but there are good news, and this one relates to banks, and you really have to have the word
Jimmy-
good news and banks. What's Jimmy say?
Dad jokes gone bad.
Jimmy's just jealous because he could never think of anything that funny. Okay, you heard it here first. Newsflash: Jimmy's not funny. Okay, one bank specifically called Ali Bank over in America is any customers of theirs that are overdrawn or have negative funds. They're actually wiping those debts. So when their stimulus checks are cashed, they can actually reap the benefit of that rather than it just going straight back into the
Which
bank.
I didn't know that. Well, but it makes sense. So if they get that, so people with debt in the US that were like negative withdrawn and obviously no income coming in because no one's working. Yeah, if the banks, when that money hit their account, could have kept it, but they're wiping all their debt. So I think that's phenomenal. Not obviously huge ones, but
Yeah, so
It's a
because what
win
can
for
happen
humanity.
is banks can just take that money if you're in debt, which is kind of shitty. So
but it's okay because the Ali Bank can cry into its $80 billion of profits it recorded this year. Huzzah. Okay, so crossing now to South Africa. Now, so this is a fun one.
off to South Africa, eh?
South Africa, where admittedly I had actually been hearing not phenomenal news. I was like, ugh. But we, of course, are going to break some phenomenal news coming out of South Africa where known warring gangs are working together in an unprecedented truce to deliver much needed food to people under lockdown. So this is actually really huge. So not only that, the country has actually seen a 75% decrease in violent crime since it's imposed strict restrictions over the coronavirus pandemic. And normally dangerous streets in Cape Town that you would never ever go on are actually seeing sworn enemies meeting up together to collect essential goods to distribute throughout hungry communities. This was funny. I read the whole article and it was like a priest that's kind of coordinating it all was like, look, we're using gangs because these guys are the best distributors in the country and usually it's other white powder, but at the moment it's good. So he was like, and the cops are even in on it. They're like, look, we can't wipe all the bad they've done, but hopefully they keep this up.
Yeah,
so
okay.
go South Africa. We're proud of you.
Okay, it's Friday, which means that we do a life pro tip at the end. But being it's Friday, we do an unethical one. So this is one For all, look, I'm going to say for all the dads out there, really, if you've got kids.
No, mums, this is for you.
Well, for anyone, but I think the dads are going to be more likely to take advantage of this one. Okay, so if you're a parent with a baby, right, pick it up, smell the nappy. If it hasn't done a shit, all right, make out like it has. Be like, oh my God, that stinks. Go into a room, wait a couple of minutes.
Change the diaper.
Change the diaper, have a beer or whatever while you're in there, then bring it back out. So when it does do a shit, you can turn around to your wife and say, I did the last one, this time it's your turn. Genius, all right? Slightly unethical, but will definitely...
You're ruined though when we have kids, because I will literally second smell every poo we have.
I'll just be like, "Wow, what have you been feeding this kid? What's the shitting?"
We're not having children.
Okay.
All right, we love you guys. We hope that we brought some joy and laughter and bad dad jokes into your life. And until next week, I hope that you spread a little love where you are today.
Yeah. See you guys. Have a good Friday. It's 3 o'clock. Let's call it.
Bye.
Bye.